Hey Familia, Igni here. My original plan for tonight was to play Halo 2 until I passed out, because I got that working recently on my PC. But before I went and did that, I thought it'd be a good idea to do a video about the new cards that were revealed at the tournament this past weekend, the Shadowverse World Circuit DreamHack Montreal 2018, where a suite of Forestcraft cards for the new expansion Omen of the 10 was revealed, and it's all based around the theme of Unkilling. Let's jump into it. So the first card here is Servant of Unkilling. It's a bronze follower that gives an enemy follower -1 attack until the end of your opponent's turn. It seems kind of like an arena card, right? Doesn't really seem that impactful and constructed, especially since the 2-drop slot is pretty competitive for Forestcraft right now. Could be good when you just play going first and debuff them and kind of push your advantage that way. Make it so that they can't trade efficiently into you. But still, I don't think it's quite good enough to make it into most decks. Moving on, there's also the silver that was revealed, the Disciple of Unkilling. Like I said, it's all based around Unkilling. It seems to be based on the Omen. So the Omen of Unkilling is the Forestcraft Legendary, and they literally have followers here. They're underlings, I guess. It leads up from every rarity, bronze, silver, gold, to the Legendary Omen. So here's the silver, Disciple of Unkilling, 4.34. Give an enemy follower -4 attack until the end of your opponent's turn. It's just like a bigger version of the Servant of Unkilling, basically. I don't think this is going to see a lot of play, at the very least until Metra rotates out, because Metra actually kills things. Unkilling's all well and good, but actually killing your opponent's stuff seems to be decidedly better, so yeah, at least until Metra rotates out, and even then, not sure if this is going to make it in. The effect can make it get really good and favorable trades, potentially, but you know, it's pretty ineffective against boards that go wide as well, so that's a pretty glaring flaw. Not too convinced. The gold is a little bit more interesting here. The Apostle of Unkilling, 5.36, that randomly puts a spell that costs 1 play point or less from your deck into your hand. Now that's really good, well, in rotation specifically, because you can pull Airbound Barrage, right? That's the thing that you're really looking for. But what really interests me here is the end of turn effect that's listed, that restores defense to your leader equal to the number of enemy followers in play. I feel like control as an archetype, especially in Forestcraft, has fallen off a lot. So it's good to see these kinds of tools being printed again, and I think it's actually pretty effective. I mean, I remember running Fairy Beast, do you? So, I mean, if Forestcraft gets enough controlling tools to support itself, then cards like Apostle of Unkilling here that up your draw consistency as well as give you a lot of survivability end up being very valuable. Especially since that seems to be the entire theme of Unkilling, and that's especially true when you look at the Legendary as well here. Ignideus, Omen of Unkilling, and I guess right, by the way, the old man with a bow and arrow is in Forestcraft. Who would have thunk it, right? The Archer in Forestcraft? You're kidding. 10 play point 6/6 with fanfare, change the enemy leader's maximum defense to 6. The German mechanic of manipulating total defense is back. Glad to see that they're exploring that a little bit. This card seems a little slow, right? At best, you do a turn 11 kill with whatever you got on board, or a burst shot, or what have you. You want to do Owlbear into Ignideus, for example. Seems a little slow right now, right? Considering that the most popular Forestcraft archetype right now is aggro, which definitely ends games usually before turn 11. But I find this card interesting because going into the future, it's kind of like a hard cap of how slow games can be. Like with the existence of Ignideus, you can't go on 20 turns because this guy is going to end you at turn 11. And depending on how many tools that Forestcraft gets in this expansion to support controlling archetypes, like I was saying when I was talking about the Apostle here, this may be valid. Like, you can control the board until you land your Ignideus, and then you do your combo or damage or what have you to finish the game off. Something that could actually work just depending on the field that this card exists in, and the tools that the class gets. I don't think it's going to be particularly good the moment it's released, because Forestcraft still has so many good aggressive tools, right? But I think in the future, this might be something to watch out for in rotation. Another point that I wanted to bring up about why I like the design of this card in particular is it gives controlling Forestcraft a tool to counter a currently very strong meta deck that it might otherwise have problems with, and I'm specifically talking about Tenko Shrine here. If they're completely at 20 defense and they're pinging you every turn, it's going to be hard to finish them off in time, but with Ignideus, you can sort of cap their healing potential, then beat them at turn 11. So that makes that matchup a lot more bearable for you, right? And I feel like a lot of players are pretty incensed with how effective Tenko Shrine continues to be, even after it received that nerf bat to 5 play points. It's still just dominating tournaments and dominating ladder. And the reason why I like that design aspect of this card so much is that if you really did want to promote this controlling Forestcraft Unkilling thing now, then a good way to support it would be to have it be a type of counter to an effective deck that currently exists, so that the current most effective deck doesn't just push this thing out before it even gets a chance to get off the ground. So yeah, I'm interested to try it out, that's for sure. And it's going to be really satisfying when you drop that Ignideus against a Tenko player on ladder, hey? And there you have it. Those are the Unkilling cards in Forestcraft, and I'm pretty sure that the other classes are going to follow in the same pattern. A Servant, Disciple, Apostle, then the Omen, of whatever that class's themes are in the new expansion. So it's going to be interesting to see what the other classes are exploring in terms of their design, and I can't wait to find out. What do you think about the Unkilling cards though? And especially I want to hear your thoughts about Ignideus, Omen of Im Killing, the Legendary here. Let me know in the comments down below. Let's make it into a bit of a discussion about the new cards. Also, I want to let you guys know that this time around I'm probably going to be doing a lot more frequent card reviews as the cards are revealed, just because I feel like it's more exciting for you guys that way if I do the review shortly after the card is revealed rather than waiting for a while and putting them all together into one big thing. That's it for this video though. Like it if you did, don't if you didn't, subscribe for more Shadowverse content and Omen of the 10 hype in the very near future. And of course, thank you to my wonderful patrons, patreon.com/Ignideus if you'd like to support the channel as well. I would highly appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.